In Module 1 of How to Teach Reading English, with the title How Do We Read, we've mentioned in the synthesis that learners should be encouraged to combine top-down and bottom-up strategies, and that learners need practice in doing the following: discussing the topic of a text before reading it, arousing expectations from the text, eliciting connections between references, and soliciting situations known to the learners. You will have to watch the first video to keep up with this second part. The video link is in the description below. We are taking you to another level of reflecting and learning. In this video, we will present guidelines on teaching English to beginners. But if you have been teaching for many years, you might want to have a look at our ideas. There will be questions you have to answer, and then I will present our comments. Welcome back to Come Alive, your source of teaching and training ideas. Please support our channel by clicking on that subscribe button and the notification bell to receive updates. You can also like, leave comments, and share this video to your friends. In Part 1, we have identified strategies that teachers can do. And the question now is, where do you begin teaching reading? Where do I begin is Module 2 of How to Teach Reading English. Some words of caution. Some ideas here are not the same as what we have grown up with and how we have learned to read. It is up to you as the viewer to decide if you take on these ideas. This unit is relevant for situations where the learner's mother tongue has a different alphabet from that of the foreign language being taught. For many learners, beginning to read a foreign language involves learning an entire new set of written symbols. For the teacher, some initial decisions need to be made about how to teach them. Here are the guidelines on teaching English to beginners. It is generally preferable to begin reading only after the learners have some basic knowledge of the spoken language, so that reading becomes as quickly as possible a matter of recognizing meanings rather than just decoding. Let's have a short activity. I need to ask you some questions relevant to teaching reading. You will need a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen for this activity. Please look at the questions in the next slide and note for yourself, or discuss with other teachers what your own answers would be. You can always pause this video at any point to reflect and write your answers. Then compare these ideas laid out in the slide that follows that. How far are the latter acceptable and appropriate in your situation? First question: should I teach my students only oral or verbal English for a while, so that they have basic oral proficiency in the foreign language before undertaking reading, or start reading and writing from the beginning? Second question: should I teach them single letters and gradually build these up into words, or teach the written form of meaningful words first, letting them come to the different component letters by analysis later? Third question: if I decide to teach single letters, should I teach them by name first or by usual sound? Fourth question: if there are various forms to each letter, such as the capital and lowercase forms in the Roman alphabet, at what stage should I teach each of them? Last question, number 5. At what stage should I teach the conventional order of the alphabet? You can see all the questions on your screen right now while you write your answers for 5 minutes. You can pause this video if you need more time. Then I shall state our comments. Don't forget to inspire us to make more videos by clicking on that subscribe button. Here are our comments. First, it is worth teaching some very common words globally very early on. For example, the words the, he, she, this, is, and are in English, and practicing their recognition through tasks like identifying them in a newspaper extract or from a book. Second, some learners do actually prefer to learn globally, having a good memory for full word combinations. Let's not underestimate the learning capabilities of young learners. They absorb more knowledge and have quicker retention than adults. In any case, full words in tasks that involve understanding meanings should be used as soon as possible. Phonetic learning is only an entry stage, and our aim is proficient reading that involves recognition of whole sense units. It is most probably practical and productive to begin with single letters or the conventional phonic method, starting with the most common and useful. A collection of known, common letters very quickly enables students to cope with a large number of words, whereas learning specific words as such does not readily generate further combinations. Having said this, however, there are two important considerations. It is surely more useful for reading purposes if the learner knows the most common sound of the letter. Its name can be left until later. First, our suggestion is to teach the different forms of the letters together. This slows down the process a little, but means that the letters the learners do know can immediately be recognized in the context of a text. Second, alphabetical order can be learned later, when the learners need to know it for dictionary use. In Part 3, we will show examples of activities you can do using the ideas we've talked about so far. So don't forget to click that notification bell when you subscribe here on our channel. You can write us an email or leave comments, and we'll do our best to reply soon. Thank you for watching, and keep safe, dear teachers.